When you think about video games as a medium, about what defines it and separates it, you start to see a certain amount of overlap with other forms of entertainment. Some of our favourite games lean into being cinematic in their presentation. Some offer a more episodic experience, like watching a lengthy TV series. Others are akin to a tabletop role-playing adventure, with some having the sprawling narrative of a good novel, and others dedicated to directly simulating sports and many other activities. While this overlap doesn't detract anything from our enjoyment of these games, you can also imagine many of them existing in other mediums of entertainment. Indeed, some of them do. So I wondered, what profound gaming experience is exclusive to our controllers? Something completely untranslatable to film, television, stage, or page. After wondering that, my Hearthian friends, is where we arrive at Outer Wilds. The key premise that you start Outer Wilds with is that you can do anything, but you know nothing. No part of the experience is locked behind something arbitrary. Your progression through the setting and its story is entirely dependent on your knowledge and build-up of experience in the game world. There's no linear progression through leveling, points or skill trees. The progression is a personal journey, only physically represented in-game by the ship's log, which offers some structure to your accumulated knowledge. By virtue of being able to go anywhere from the beginning, every player moves through the game in a different order, developing their understanding of the star system in a way almost entirely unique to them. What makes Outer Wilds different is that it achieves this in a handcrafted game world with a specific, singularly focused story. No procedural generation, no dependency on binary story decisions. A deep, meaningful story that isn't linear, a purposeful open world that's free to explore but never feels random or empty. The only real problem that this creates for the player is that the game is only truly experienced the first time around. Once you've learned the truth, you'll never be the same again. The general experience of the game is built through an understanding of the setting's scientific principles, its physical and cultural history, and the chronology of events and objects. We all know that there are good and bad ways of teaching any subject. In science, it's important to discover in order to learn. It's not enough to be told that marble is smooth and sandstone is coarse, for example. If you feel the surfaces yourself and classify them, it cements the concept on a deeper level. We see this throughout Outer Wilds, from the gravity stones on Brittle Hollow, to the time principles in the High Energy Lab, to the water currents in Giant's Deep, to the blindness of the anglerfish. The player will experience all of these, but will develop that understanding in their own way. You might read of something first, before encountering it yourself, or you might engage and interact with something before you know what it is, reading of it later. Either way, you will create an innate understanding of the scientific building blocks throughout the world, because you see the physical cause and effect of its principles. Similarly, it's not enough to be told about the history of a place or its people. If you see their architecture, hear their language, use and see the objects they made, it will create a deeper understanding that we again see through Outer Wilds. We become close to the Nomai through their ruins, the dialogue between their people from different generations, their advanced technology, all of which we see firsthand, living and moving as they did thousands of years prior. Through science and history, we develop a chronological understanding of the Harthian star system's events and objects, showing us how to interact with certain puzzles and decipher the demise of the Nomai. Like so much good art, Outer Wilds acts as a reflection of life in many ways, connecting beyond the face value of the story it tells. What starts off as an exciting journey full of mysteries and possibilities narrows down into the discovery of truth and fact. You realise that the people who went before you lived through similar struggles and were left with some of their biggest questions unanswered. With all the best intentions and useful knowledge, you aren't above or beyond the cycle of life. Neither is the universe itself. And when it comes to the end, you will feel great sadness that it's over, but also immense gratitude for what you experienced and the friends you shared it with along the way. And even if that doesn't seem like much, it was enough for you. And that's why Outer Wilds is the quintessential video game. Because going through a handcrafted experience that still manages to be a journey so uniquely yours cannot be replicated in another medium. We all wish we could relive our Harthian story for the first time, to rediscover the tale of Eskel's lost vessel and the eye of the universe. But if we did, perhaps it wouldn't happen in the same way. That is the magic of Outer Wilds.